Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel, and today, as you can see, we'll be working on the Autumn Winter Altered book, and I'm going to start decorating it basically and stuffing things in these pockets. I've made a start. What I thought I'd do to start with is just to show you some of the preparations I've made off camera ready to start decorating this book. And one of the things I've done is I've inked around, not all the pages yet, but I've inked around a fair few, so we haven't got to worry about doing any of that hopefully today. Even these first couple of pages. So I think I'll probably start off with just decorating these to start with. I know they're beautifully clear and blank, but to me that's just a bit boring, so I want to decorate them up. And also that'll kind of get me into the groove for decorating this book as well. Just starting off with something perhaps a little bit more simple. And then I've gone ahead and I've trimmed off all the white edges off my papers so they're all ready to go. I've done a fair amount of fussy cutting. Even Richard has been helping me out with this and doing some fussy cutting for me, which was really sweet of him, because it was not his favourite thing to do, but he did some and I've done some. Still got more to do. This kit's got so much in it. And it's all just from this same kit, this Autumn Wonder kit. So that's, I've got enough to get me started anyway. The other thing I did this morning when I came in here to start working on this project, I got a little bit carried away with stamping and punching. So if you've seen my unboxing for your creative studio, you saw that I'd had some new punches. God, I don't know what's wrong with me. Stamps. I had some new stamps. Fairy stamps. So I've been stamping onto some coffee dyed paper and then punching them out with mostly I've got a couple of oval dies. This one, this size, which was perfect for this little stamp, if you can see that. Don't know if you can see. I hope you can. I also tried stamping it out, punching it out with my circle punch, which didn't look quite so good. It works okay, but I could definitely tell the difference between the circle one, which I use all the time, and the oval one, which I've hardly ever used. This one's so much sharper. It punched it beautifully. This one, I got a few raggedy edges because I think it's getting a little bit blunt. So I did that one a couple of times. I did this little one as well, a couple of those. That's a little, he's more like an elf than a fairy, I think, this one. He's very sweet as well. And I tried doing him on a circle. Not too bad. It works all right on the circle. You lose a little bit, but that was okay. And then I have this other one. Yep, these two were wooden punches, and this was the silicone sort of, no, not silicone, rubber one that's got the plastic backing on. And I had a bigger oval die punch stamps and dies. I just cannot get those straight. I'm always getting them mixed up. Okay, so I stamped with the on here, and then I punched it out with my oval punch. And it's really nice with the scalloped edge. Hardly ever get to use these oval punches, so it was lovely to be able to use those. So I've got 3 of those. So I thought I might use some of these in this journal because they have got because they're got flowers and leaves and things in the background. They look like they could be used in an autumn journal. I'm thinking I'm going to do that anyway. So I've got those, and then I was thinking, okay, so I've punched those out. Now what can I do? And I got my flower punches out, and I've punched a load of, made a load of these. Now I know on a previous video I made all these ones, which was the ones made from Barbara's video that I followed, where you just took squares and made shapes, and that worked out really well. And I've got a couple of autumny ones, and I really love these as well. But for speed and for ease, punching out a load of shapes and gluing them together is kind of the fastest way to do it. So, and I was using my painted papers that I did a little while ago when I was working on those other flowers. I painted a load of book pages with my acrylic paints, and I had done some oranges and yellows and greens. So I thought, well, I'll use those and make some flowers specifically for this project. And I also used some plain book page and just inked around those to give them a brown look. And I used some coffee dyed paper as well to do some of the layers. So yeah, these are just the punches that I use. I've got this one. So I like to do the same one in different sizes, but I didn't have this size, so they're kind of like that. I didn't have this middle size in the in this design, so I used to use this one. I do have this one in other sizes as well, but they actually, you know, that one. So if you look at that, they layer up beautifully, all different combinations. So I think that's using all of these is this one, and they do really work well. So, and then when I'd done those, I thought, well, now I need leaves, don't I? I couldn't help myself. I just kept going, and I just made a load of leaves. So I do have some leaf punches, and I don't get to use them very often. So I've got this one and this one, and I've got this maple leaf one as well. So again, I used the same papers, and I used some unpainted papers as well and just inked around them. So I've got a load of leaves to go with my flowers. It'd be quite nice to kind of cluster some leaves together on a page, because they're so thin, they're not going to add too much bulk, which is what I was thinking. Because these will probably not be too bad, but I didn't have many in the right colours. I've also made a load of these. These are actually using this punch mostly, in different sizes like this. But they're a little bit more bulky, these ones, although I have got a few that might work in this journal, like this one. These have been made with scrapbook paper, so they're a bit thicker. And I'm trying to minimise the amount of bulk I do, because I know that these type of water books do bulk up very quickly. So there are a few in there that I might be able to use. I'll have to see how it goes. So they're options. I love my flowers, and I think they really make a nice decoration. Okay, so that's what I've been doing to prepare. So I need to put all this lot away now so that we can make a bit of space and get started on decorating. So I'll do that, I'll put those away, and I'll be back. Right, I'm all tidied up, sort of. More or less, put all my punches away and things. I did find a couple more stamps that I thought I might use, and I've also punched out. You've probably seen these before. This is my little squirrel stamp. And this one's from the same set. It was a set of 15 wood stamps that I bought. That's the squirrel one. And that's the stag one. And they came as a set of 15 from Amazon. But I don't think I've ever used this one before. But I've stamped that one and punched it out with my scalloped square punch, which it looks a bit like a ticket, really. Not a ticket, stamp, you know, like a postage stamp type of thing. And then my little squirrel I've used a fair bit. I really like him, but this time I did some in black and I did some in colours. I've just bought some new distress inks, and this one is the carved pumpkin, so I thought that might work quite well because it's the colour. And I did this one with the walnut stain, and I did some in black as well. So anyway, so that was a little bit more punching and stamping. I can't seem to stop. So now I need to actually start working here. Can't put it off any longer. I'm going to have to start sticking things in. So I've got my papers, and I had a look through, and I thought for the first page, for the opening page, this piece might be quite nice because it says Miss Autumn, so it's quite a nice way to introduce the book as an autumn themed book. No, that's no good, is it? Not going to be able to use that. Where's the actual pencil that's been sharpened? There we are. So I'm just going to mark it about here. I'm going to have a go at tearing, but I'm always a bit nervous about tearing because I'm not very good at it. Seems to always end up crooked or jagged. Okay, not too bad. Now I've just got to get the length right. I think it's just a little bit too long. Right, let's just put it where I want it. Oh, I only have to tear off a little bit, that's good. I don't want to lose too much. Nice to be able to keep the bird on there as well. So I'm just going to mark that. Now it's when I'm tearing off the narrow things that it gets a little bit tricky. So I think I'll do it upside down. Okay, not too bad. So that one can go on that side. I will have to do a little bit of inking on these, on the papers, because this inside edge is just going to blend into the background otherwise. So I tried to minimise the amount of inking I'm going to have to do on camera, but it's hard to avoid it completely when you've not, when you're tearing things out. And I think it needs it, particularly with it being an autumn journal, and also I think it just gives it that bit of, just finishes it off really, gives it a frame. All right, so I'm going to put that one there, and then I've got this little girl who's picking apples, and I thought she might be rather nice on this side. So I'll get her torn out as well, and then I'll glue them both in at the same time. Right. Mark that one there, I think. And there at the bottom. Okay. Let's just find my mark. Perhaps I should use my grid a little bit to help me get it straight. Maybe that would be a good idea, huh? Right. Okay. Does that look right? Yep, that's about right. Let's just take off the bottom. Okay. I'm going to have to do a little bit of inking on this one as well. I've gone back to the vintage photo. I know I used the the walnut stain to ink around the pockets and the pages in the book, but when I started using it on some of the ephemera, I didn't like it. It was too dark, so I've gone back to the old favourite. I think it's just the right level of brownness. The other one was verging on black sometimes, it was so dark. So, but I like it on the pages because it just really defines those pockets. Right, I'm going to try using the tacky glue and hope it doesn't warp too much. I want to try not to put too much on. But it just is a lot easier than trying to do it with the glue stick. Just goes a little bit quicker. Let's just do a thinnish bead. And put that straight on there. So I quite like the fact that it's got the cream behind it, because it means it doesn't look, it looks fine if, you know, there's a bit showing. It looks okay. Okay. I've got my card somewhere. I've got several cards and I can never find one. Here's one. Looks like I need a little bit extra glue on, certainly on this corner. So I think when there's a bit sticking up, I'll go into the art glitter glue for those little bits, just to make absolutely sure. Do the same on this corner, I think. So now the corners always need a little extra help. Check this one. No, that one's all right. What about you? Okay, first one done. For some reason, I was a bit nervous about doing this book, about decorating it. I don't know what it is about decorating. I always get nervous about it. I think it's because I can't really plan ahead. I like to know what I'm doing. So if I'm making something, I can plan what I'm going to do. And then I feel a bit more confident. But when I'm just decorating, you just have to make it up as you go along, really. You can't really plan it. So I get nervous. I know, that's a bit daft, really. People, you know, it's fun once you get started, but sometimes it's just the getting started I have trouble with. Hence all the procrastination this morning when I spent all of this morning when I finally got to sitting down, stamping and punching and making more ephemera rather than actually getting on with it. And it's now after lunch. I've had to go and have my lunch because I started getting hungry. I've been messing about for so long. Okay, I'll do that little corner. The others, oh no, there's another one here that looks like it needs a little extra bit of glue. So Tina uses the tacky glue a lot, and I think I'm the opposite to her. She uses a lot of glue. I'm inclined to underglue. So sometimes it doesn't always stick as well as I hope, but I think that's just about enough. Okay. Right, so first 2 pages done. Right, now I've just got to look at these 2. I think I've got a plan for this page. No, I don't know what I'm going to do on this one yet. Let's just get my little topper. Right, let's have a look. Got some really nice pages. Oh, I did wonder about using this. I was thinking about this for the first page, but I thought maybe Then I found Miss Autumn and I thought she was appropriate. I wanted something that had autumn on the opening page, but this one is quite nice. It doesn't quite... I wonder if I can... I'll tear it down at the edge of the music, and then I might have to tear off a bit at the other side. So I'd quite like to get all of this on. There used to be a song called Falling Leaves. Right. Which I'm going to have to... I might tear a bit more of that off, actually. I don't want to lose too much of the actual leaves. I Doesn't matter if I don't have quite all of the song, does it? There we go, starting to slide. Maybe I'll do it the other way around. Right, hope that's kind of straightish. I might just have to take a little bit off this side as well. Nope, wrong pencil again. Here it is. A little bit off that side. Oop. It seems to slip when I get down the bottom. Okay. And then I just need to trim off a little bit off the bottom. Oh, what was that? Oh, there goes my card. Okay, I'll have to go and rescue that in a moment, or I'll see if I can find another one. Okay, a little bit off the bottom. Falling Leaves by J.H. Kutzenabe. Kutzenknabe. Okay. Oh, no, bit of ink first. Just to frame it. Just looks more finished, I think, with that bit of ink. As long as I can remember to actually do it. I don't always. Sometimes I'm sticking something down and I thought, oh, I forgot to ink. But I will try and remember. And it's not always easy to tell off camera that that's what you've done. You can't always see the inked edge, but it does show on camera. Off camera, sorry. Live, here. Here in the craft room, you can see it. Okay. We have actually got the most beautiful autumn day today. Sunny, crisp. It's really lovely. It's nice to, even though I'm in my craft room, because where I sit, I'm facing my window. So I can see sunshine on the houses and on the trees outside. It's really nice. Probably should try and go for a walk at some point, but probably by the time I'm ready to do that, the weather will have changed and it will be all cloudy and drizzly again. Keeps chopping and changing. We've had a bit of everything this week. Right. Are we on? I think we are. Right, let's go and find another card. There we are. A little bit of extra glue at the bottom here, I think. There we are. Oop, and this corner. What about this one? This one's okay. Okay, now let's put my top on. Right, so on this one, obviously I've got to try and cover this up a bit, so I've got a plan for that, but first I want to do something a little different. I've just treated myself to some new stencils. I've got this one, so it's got the smaller leaves here and this leaf design here, and I thought that would look really nice going down the side of that page. So I've brought out a little selection of inks because I don't want it all one colour. I want, because it's the nature of autumn leaves, they're going to be all different colours. So I've got me carved pumpkin. I bought one of those little mini sets, so I've got a couple of, I've got a red and a green, so they'll be great for Christmas, and a violet one or a purpley one, and this little one which is perfect for this. So I've got this one, carved pumpkin, then I've got mustard seed, which is a kind of warmish yellow. I do have another. I've got scattered straw, I've got firebrick. I don't know if I'll use this, this might be a bit too red. I might just do a bit of touching. I'm sure I've got another orangey one. Just a second, I'll just see if I can find it quickly. I thought I did. I've got dried marigold. So, I don't know if I use them all, but I'll give myself some options. And I've got a couple of these. They've both been used. This one I've used for red, so I thought I'd do the orangey reddy ones with this, and possibly the yellowy ones with this. Okay, let's try a bit of the dried marigold and see how that comes out. It's possibly a little paler than I want. Just going to do some random leaves. Each leaf, just try and do different colours. And one at the bottom. Okay, let's just have a little look to see if they've come out. No, they're okay. Right, let's try another colour. I'm going to try the carved pumpkin, see how that looks. A little bit brighter. Do a little touch on there. Yeah, that's better. It's a nice colour. Do a little touch on, just a little touch just to brighten that up a bit. Maybe I can do a little bit on the middle of some of these ones that I've done with the paler colour. Give it a bit more definition. And what else? Ah! It's always going to happen, wasn't it? Let's just move it back. I think we're there. And where else can I go? I'll do this one over here. It's a bit tricky because it's going up the side a little bit. If I can get into that little bit there. Alright. I'm going to try the mustard seed. I don't know if it'll come out very well. a good rub. Haven't really used this one very much. It's a little bit on the pale side, so we'll have a look. Ooh, it's come out brighter than I thought. And that one there, that one there. It's come out all right. And there. Gosh. Bit of a surprise. Oh, they've slipped. Okay. That's my yellow one. Yeah, some of them are going to be slightly out of alignment. Okay, and then I could try the scattered straw, I think. Maybe that's the paler of the two. Maybe that was the one I was thinking of that might be a bit pale. Let's try it anyway. Let's try and get these back where they should be, more or less. And I might just do a couple of red ones, not too many. Yeah, this was the paler one. It's almost like a dirty yellow. Whether that's because I've had something in it that shouldn't be. Probably contaminated it with something probably in the past. Don't know. Or maybe just that the brush is contaminated. That could be it too. That's that one there. Okay, not so keen on that one. Let's have a look. Actually, it has a slightly greenish tinge to it, so like a greeny. I quite like that actually in the end with all the others. Right, let's just. Got a few more to do. Let's try and get this back into more or less the right place. There's been some slippage. I don't think it matters too much. What colour do I need? I think I'll try the bit of red. I'll just see. I'll just do a few. Maybe I'll do a few with the vintage photo, because you can have brown leaves too. Yep, bit of red there. Red one there. I'll go on have a big red one here. And the last couple I'll do with the vintage photo. I'll use my dobber, I hope it'll work. Right, make sure we're more or less lined up. A bit more difficult to control. There, and the one down here, and a little one there. A few little branches and bits could add in. Alright, let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, that's quite pretty, isn't it? It's got all the colours. Hope you could see that. I do hope my head wasn't in the way. If I was, I do apologise. It's not a pretty sight, I can imagine. It's a bit hard to know, you know, how close I can get and do it and make it work. So, fingers crossed that didn't happen. Right, so I need something across here now. I was having a look in my... Oops! Oh, there's my other card. There's another card. Having a look in my box. And there's some words as part of the ephemera, and I thought Autumn Wonder would be quite nice. but I thought it was a bit lost there, so I'm thinking I might want a label under it, but I don't know if what was included in the kit would be quite right. I'm not sure. So I've got this piece which just covers the words. If I don't completely, so if I do have it completely in the centre, you can just see the end of the word, but I don't think it will matter too much if I just push it over a little. Then autumn wonder can go in the middle of that. Scissors. I think I might round those corners. There it is. I'll go on the smallest size of corner. And ink it up a little. Yeah, that makes a difference. Have I got... You know why it makes a difference? Because I'm using the red. I think I'm using the red. Am I using the red? Oh, I don't know. I think I am. Yeah, that wasn't intentional. I think I better cover it up before I do any more. Yeah, no wonder it shows up. Never mind, I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. I think if I bring it down a little, then you can see the top of the stenciling as well. And just to edge this. And I'm just wondering if this needs a little something behind it. Looks a bit lost in the middle there, doesn't it? Right, I've got some paper here from my punching. Oops. Now, will that work? A bit too big. Just take it down a little bit. Just want it as a bit of a mat for the label. Yep, that works. I'm doing what Gail does, I'm inking and thinking. Right, and I think for this we can definitely use some glue stick. I'm in trouble with my words today, don't know what it is. I've just made too many videos this week. I'm running out of my words. I'm on a mission this week to get the fairy journal finished so I can at least get the Christmas stuff out of the cupboard, even if I don't start working with it quite yet. I'm not quite sure I'm there mentally to start working on Christmas, but I am ready to have a look at it and have a feel of it and have a look, see what I've got. And just to kind of tidy up in here as well. I've got stuff everywhere at the moment, not with different projects on the go. So I'd quite like to pare it down a little bit. There we are. I'm liking that. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to put it on with my hot glitter glue, I think, just to be absolutely sure. Okay. Right way up would be good. Okay. Autumn Wonder. Lovely. So what I was thinking was, do I need a little something in the corner here? I might see about putting a little stamped image or a flower. After all, having spent all that time making these things, I ought to probably use them. So I could maybe put something like that with possibly a couple of even a green. Might look quite nice, a green leaf. A bit of green. What do we think? Not sure about the yellow because I've got a lot of yellow on the flower. Maybe that would look okay. Or I also have a little stamped image. Let's see. And I think I quite like the flower, just to carry on with the colour scheme. Right, I'm going to put a bit of glue on these two leaves. Leave them sort of in that position because that's where I like them. And pop the flower on. And then I'll glue, but not right to the edge in case I decide I want to tuck in another little leaf somewhere. Then I'll have that option. There. Oop, there we go. Right. So I'm very happy with that page. We're almost at the pockets. So, just need to do something on here, don't I? Well, I've got this. So why not use it with the massive pumpkin? And tear that there. There it is. I don't know how my ruler ended up there. I must have just shoved it. Right. Where did I mark it? Oh, there it is. Almost invisible by the leaf. Whoop. Okay, and let's get these inks out of the way. They may get used again, I think. I'm going to do some more of that stenciling. I like that. And I've got the other little stencil to use as well. This is actually more fun than I was thinking it was going to be. I know I haven't really done anything tricky yet. I haven't done any of the pockets. That's where it's going to get a little bit more tricky to get the papers the right shape and size, but sometimes you've got to lead yourself in with doing something a little easier to start with. And then perhaps I'll get to do this pocket before I finish for today. Oh, I forgot to put this in upside down, didn't I? It's got itself a bit gunked. Come on. I can hear air coming out. I did have a little pin. There we go. I think you sometimes just have to break the seal. Or you just have to give it a good shake. I don't know. It was coming out beautifully before. There we are. It's coming now. Just try and pay attention to the corners a bit more than I was. I don't think I tore this entirely straight across the bottom by the looks of it. Whoop. Slide it back a bit. Hold my card. This is definitely not straight, so I'm going to have to put something across the bottom there, I think, to disguise that. And I've made this a bit wonky as well. I knew it was going too well. I think I may have to trim this a little bit because it's just too wide there. Yeah, nasty. All gluey. No, that's not a piece of wet wipe. That's my wet wipe. I'm going to have to try and do a bit of inking along there now. Disguise the raggedy edge. Boop, boop, boop. Yep, it was going too well. But we just have to try and fix it as best I can. Okay. Okay, let's put some glue along the inside here. And maybe a case for a bit of washi tape along there or something. Maybe even the new washi tape that I got in my box. I wonder if a little strip of fairy washi would be nice along there. Shall we have a look? I do want to use some of these things. Oh, mustn't forget my little fairy stickers as well. Maybe this will be my Autumn Fairies journal. Not journal. Water book. I think they might look rather nice along there. Yeah. Just so pretty. Seems to be pretty sticky, and as it is new, I'm not going to add extra glue. I'm just going to assume that it's going to adhere. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can hold it up for you. Can you see the little fairies along there? They're all different. I think they're the 3. Well, I don't know how many fairies there are. I don't know how far it goes on this washi tape before it goes, starts to repeat. Because the next one is different again by the looks of it. So yeah, it's lovely that. I'm going to use a bit of that. I may put something along here. Maybe I should put a bit of lace or something along here. I'll think about that one. Okay, so I think we've just about got time to have a go at this pocket. Let's see what we've got. Now, a bit tricky with these angled things. Could use that. That's an option. Or maybe I'll go for something a little plainer. What about, hang on, a piece of this, because I really like these, just because they make a nice contrast, and it won't it won't be directional, so it'll be easy to put on, do the corner. So I think I'm going to start by tearing it down to the sides of the page. Got it straight. And then I need to lock that. And mark it go up to there. See if I can just tear it. I marked it where it needs to go. Don't know if I've done that right, have I? I think I have. Where is the... There it is. Oop. Typical. I'll just have to trim it. Now, does that piece fit? bad. Not perfect, but if I just think that'll be okay. Yep, okay, we'll do that. Right, ink it right up to the top corner. Okay. I think we're okay. All right. I really like that. I love this paper. And then I think I'm just going to do something in the corner here. I'm not going to cover the whole of this. I wondered about, maybe so I'm wondering whether to do a little corner piece like that and having that. Although I think I'd rather put them down there. I'm going to, because I've lost the corner on that, so I'm going to do a new piece. Is that going to work? Maybe I'll be better off cutting. More likely to get a straight line that way. And this is, very fortunately, has got some little straight lines in the pattern. So I could just do a bit of that, although I'm not sure I like all this. Nope, that's not going to work. Maybe just a flower in the corner would be fine. Make sure it's nice and stuck down. Put my fairies down here. Oh, I've got something else that I could use. This is why I keep, it's why I never get finished. I keep jumping from one idea to another. In my box I have got some banners. Maybe a banner would be good there. I have got one that I actually cut out properly. But where is it? Here it is. Which of those two would look best? Is that going to work? Only if I shorten it, really. Be a shame, really, wouldn't it? Nope, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use, and I've got this little label here that says pumpkin spice, and there's a pumpkin there, so I might put that on there. dear, I'm going over the time again, as usual. Right, I'm very nearly finished. Let's put pumpkin spice on there, just because. I'm going to put the flour, I'm going to glue that all over the flour so it's nice and flat. I think I'm going to have to do some more painted papers. I enjoyed doing them, and they're turning out to be really quite handy when you're making things like this. Making flowers and bits and pieces. Right, so I've got that. Same with my little stamped fairies. Loving these. And I'm going to put that there. There, made a start. We're off and running. So we've got first 2 pages. Oh, I'm going to have to do something about this. It's all curling up. Okay, so I'll have to come back and do a bit of remedial work on that. But I love those 2 pages. And I've got these 2, which I really like as well. And these 2. So yeah, we're going quite well. Got to find something to put in here, but I've got lots of things I can do with that. So there we go. This is it for today. Thank you for joining me. And do join me again for the next episode, which will be in a week's time. Okay, bye for now.